Given the dramatic increase in value we saw in Shib yesterday, there's been no better moment to be a holding. There have been rumblings that this Shib surge could be the last for a while. Only those who handle Shib are granted eternal vision. If this is the case, we should all start selling Shiba Inus immediately because there is no longer any financial benefit to keeping them. Is that the case though? Why do these graphs tell us what we already know? Insights from our team of market experts. In today's video, I'll shed light on all the relevant factors so that you may make an informed choice. Watch this video all the way through before you start selling in a frenzy. Lots of study is in order. Disclaimer: hello, Shib Defense Force. The channel appreciates your interest. If you own Shib, you should watch today's video because we'll be discussing the most recent Shiba Inu rally news and its implications for you. You shouldn't skip this video. For those who choose to stay, the substance of this video will be presented shortly. We begin with the market-threatening decision made at the annual gathering of the World Economic Forum, WEF, in Davos, Switzerland. As you may know, every January the world's economic and commercial leaders gather in Davos, Switzerland, for the World Economic Forum, WEF meeting. That trend continued this year as well. However, depending on your point of view, some of the conclusions reached at that discussion could have disastrous implications for the cryptocurrency market. When it comes to economic matters, the world's top leaders appear to be in agreement. Regulation of the cryptocurrency market is necessary. The failure of FTX and other crypto ventures in a similar vein did not help. However, a closer look at the dialogue at Davos appears to reveal that even the top economic leaders still do not completely comprehend what cryptocurrency is all about. For example, Singapore's senior minister Tharman Shanmugaratnam has called cryptocurrency trading inherently speculative and perhaps crazy. This demonstrates the minister's lack of familiarity with this asset class and should cause concern about the potential regulatory measures that might be imposed on the global crypto market. Despite the gloom, there are others who are optimistic about the future of crypto. UBS Group AG Chairman Colm Kelleher believes the blockchain will continue to grow and that the industry needs regulation that allows for traditional investors in digital tokens to use vehicles like exchange-traded funds and other methods. French Central Bank Governor François Villeroy de Gorge appears to agree with Kelleher that regulation is necessary for the cryptocurrency business, but he also shares Kelleher's view that regulation is unnecessary. He thinks the clamor for a complete crypto prohibition is overblown. You undoubtedly find the idea of crypto market regulation repulsive because it will make crypto investments more challenging. Remember that crypto was designed to be a decentralized alternative to traditional financial systems and governmental control, and that some legislation could make that impossible. However, there's another point of view to take into account, and that is the significance of rules. If the cryptocurrency market is to reach critical mass, it requires substantial investment. Let's face it, if there aren't any regulations in place to safeguard investors' money, few mega-rich individuals or institutions will put billions of dollars into cryptocurrency. While the crypto market certainly has revolutionary potential, there are a few kinks that still need to be worked out. Millions of dollars, for instance, can be transferred hands with nary a paper trail left behind, making it impossible to track the whereabouts of the looted funds. It is unknown whether the money is used for weapon purchases or anything else of the type. All of these problems in the cryptocurrency industry are examples of the kinds of things that legislation could address. Anyhow, I would make a decision for or against crypto legislation. However, now that I've heard all sides of the debate, I can see your point of view as well. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Okay, now on to Shiba Inu headlines. Investors have been warned by those in the know to brace themselves for the year's largest upswing, 75% so far this year, which is an astounding figure. There was a 60% increase in the number of Shiba Inus in recent years, since November of 2022. That's the best altitude a Shiba Inu has reached. At first, the uptick in the Shib market and other markets was attributed to the good macro conditions in the market. Schwab's announcement of the beta release of Siberia was the real spark for the company's surge. The price of Shib has increased by 25% after this news was released on January 16. As was to be expected, this surge has induced FOMO, and Shiba Inus have become an overboard asset, as holders want to stock up on as much cheaply as possible before she marries him. The ball gets rolling. Good news indeed. There is, however, one minor catch. When an asset reaches the overbought zone, investors often start selling off their holdings, causing a price decline. Analysts, however, think that the Shiba Inu could be an exception to this rule. On the weekly time frame, there is presently forming a bullish reversal pattern. By breaking out of the falling wedge formation, Shib's price potential has increased by 35% from where it is presently. Okay, then, more Shib news is coming, so make sure you stick around. First, however, I have a little announcement to make. A chance to win 100,000 sheep is given away every day on this channel. To participate, simply subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Shiba Inu as a hashtag. Have a prosperous future. Good. Let's get back to the film. We discussed the Siberia launch before the intermission. Anyone who has been keeping up with Zibarium should know by now that Shibarium relies heavily on a single token. Of note, the token is not a Shiba Inu but rather a Bowen, which you may recognize as the official Siberian token. Bowen will be utilized for both the cost of gas and the beginning of transactions. Thus, it is very clear that the debut of Shibarium provides Bowen with a compelling use case. Apparently, she wasn't the only token to get pumped. Bowen pounded the air even more vigorously. As of yesterday, January 18th, one token now costs $1.45, up from 85 cents on New Year's Day. The trends in the graphs point to Bowen's continued ascent. While some analysts have called Siberian's debut a double-edged sword, or tweets on Twitter have said that Herbarium is a remarkable proof of how the protocols can develop layer 2s on their own. The expert, however, cautions that potential investors will be more skeptical about Shiba Inu this time around. It won't involve believing the hype. Instead, investors will focus more on the fundamentals, which means the Shiba Inu project must maintain its appeal there, or it might have an effect on the cost. Since the Shiba Inu team has made such great progress on Siberian so far, I do not see this as a major issue in contrast to Inesi's view. Now, what do you make of Inesi's ideas? Put them in the comments and I'll read them. Okay, before we wrap up, I just want to share a wacky hypothesis floating around the Bitcoin community with you. If you haven't heard this one before, prepare to have your mind blown. It's tinfoil hat central around here, guys. The time has come for you to prepare. Controversial Tucker Carlson, a commentator on Fox News, has suggested an interesting conspiracy theory that claims increased demand for Bitcoin is related to airplane delays in the United States and Canada. He claims that ransomware was to blame for the computer failure that grounded thousands of aircraft on January 11. The United States government, he continued, may have purchased a big quantity of Bitcoin to pay the ransom. On his Fox News show that night, January 17, Tucker Carlson said that the flight turmoil caused a 20% surge in the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the currency of choice for paying ransoms of this nature. Thus, news that the United States government is stocking up on the cryptocurrency to pay a ransom would naturally cause Bitcoin prices to rise. The question then becomes, has it occurred?